Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for calling in on the Quantum Leap Hotline. This is Diane Covington. I have a question to ask you. Would you say right this minute, this exact second that you're listening to this call, do you feel like today you have had a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? And I know you probably just got up, and so maybe you haven't even started your day, but I want to ask you, do you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? Well, let's talk about what are they? What is the difference? So a growth mindset lets you do more. It gives your brain thinking about possibilities, right? It's growing. A fixed mindset is focusing on maybe what you've never done before or what hasn't worked before. Or saying to yourself, I can't do that. So I want to give you some ideas. Now, we're going to take clinical solutions as an example, or even working during the pandemic as an example. And I want you guys to be thinking about what are you willing to change? Can you switch from a fixed to a growth mindset? Are you willing to change? Because I know you can. So a growth mindset allows us to do more. So what's a thought that you would have, that you could have this week? What is a thought you could have this week? So what was the thought that you had this last week? So when clinical solutions came out, here's what usually happens. You heard about it, maybe you saw the price point, and you maybe either went one of two ways, going, ooh, that's kind of expensive, it's $120, and there's an 8-week process, and the customers have to write all this stuff down and keep track of stuff, and I don't know that I have a customer base. I don't know anyone who's going to spend that or care about that. Or you saw this and thought, oh my gosh, this is going to make us competitive. This is a pure retinol 0.5 product. This is going to be the caveat. This is going to change the trajectory of the rest of my Mary Kay year between now and June. This is going to be amazing. And constantly thinking about possibilities. Well, who could use this? Anybody on repair, anybody with sun damage, anybody who's got sunspots, anybody who's got fine lines, anybody who wants to brighten their skin. And you start thinking with a growth mindset. So what I do want to share with you is, I'm just looking through my notes right here, is sometimes what happens is when we are doing things on the way to our goal, right, we're working toward our goal, there are voices from the back seat. Now, the voices in the back seat can either have a growth thing going, you can do this. Even if you've never done it, you can do it. You've got this. Anything is possible. If you believe, just do the work and make those next phone calls and do this. Or your back seat mindset, little voice might be saying, you know what? I think I'd get a set for you. You got to try this out for a couple months before you're going to be able to really wrap your head around this. And, don't buy a lot of those. Let's just wait and see what happens. You never know. And so what I want you to do is be really, really self-aware. Tell yourself that you want to live in that growth mindset and tell yourself where it is that you want to go. I want to have a record-breaking February. So my goal is to sell 12 sets of that just to current clients, not even new clients. Not any of the new skincare parties I have booked, just to current clients in February. Now, I know 12 is probably not a very big goal to some of you, but if that was my number one focus, I could probably sell triple that. But I'm also working on 10 parties, and I know that those parties are going to probably bring me another 12 to 15 sets. So can you imagine if I sold 12 sets to current customers and 12 sets to new customers? That's 24 sets. That's over $2,500 just in selling clinical solutions without even buying anything else. So I don't know about the rest of you guys, but what are you thinking? I want you to jot something down. I want you to push past self-doubt. Push past self-doubt. You know, what we think and how we think has a huge impact on our results. And it takes practice, you guys. It's not an overnight thing. It's not like going up to a wipe-off board with a dry erase spray and spraying the board and wiping it off with a paper towel, and you're like, okay, clean slate. Our mindset doesn't work that way. It does take practice. So ask yourself, what was I successful at before? What was I successful at before? Would you guys agree that if you love a product and you're excited, even though you don't know all the ingredients, or even if you aren't sure about things, you can always find it out, right? You can go on Mary Kay Product Central and find information, or call the medical department. You can find out ingredients. You can find anything. But what have you been successful at before? Is it setting a goal? Is it staying focused? Is it working in little increments so you have little itty-bitty wins constantly? Every hour in the hour you're experiencing a win? Love challenges. Literally love being challenged. Be intrigued by your mistakes. You know, the only way we learn, like my very first Facebook party that I did months ago when we first went COVID, I'd never done a party where I'd get everybody together on Facebook, and then I still did it on Zoom because I didn't want to do it on Facebook at that time. And so I did it on Zoom, but I wasn't even sure how to screen share. And then I thought, well, how much information are they going to want? A lot, a little? And so I was all over the place. I was nervous, but be intrigued by mistakes. I have forgotten to give them a closing sheet. I've forgotten to send them Google Docs. I forgot to even talk about the eye cream on a whole thing, and then I shared it with the set. I mean, I've done every possible mistake under the sun since we went COVID trying to do things virtually. But be intrigued by those. Learn from those. Love being challenged. You have the answer. You are stronger than you think you are. You are stronger than you think you are. So if you're telling yourself, I can't do that, ask yourself, well, why can't I do that? What's one baby step? So like, let's say you're just thinking, as you heard me share my goal of selling 12 sets, you're thinking, well, I can't do that. Well, let me ask you, why can't you do that? Why couldn't you sell 12 sets of clinical solutions this month? And then the key question is, what's the one baby step you could take today that would move you closer? What's the one baby step? Is it making a list of everybody that has ever purchased skincare from you? I'm starting with that list. Could it be maybe that you make this list of these people and then you start sharing with them the company's videos? Maybe you do a Zoom where all you do is share the videos on the watch party, right? You don't even have to show the product. I mean, you could show your box, but you could just talk all about clinical solutions through the videos that the company produced for us. So you guys, anything is possible. Just be aware of whether you are thinking growth and possibilities or not. Do you have a growth mindset or not? A fixed mindset is going to keep you right where you are. You are going to be exactly where you are, March 1, April 1, May 1, June 1. And if that's okay with you, then don't beat yourself up over it. Be okay. But do you really want to be in the exact same place and not grow? Not grow financially, emotionally, with your business, spiritually, all of that. So again, be intrigued by mistakes. Ask yourself, what have I been successful at before? It takes practice. Push past the self-doubt. Don't listen to, what are you telling yourself? What are the voices in the back seat telling you? Tell yourself that you can grow and what you want to do and where you want to go. Because I know that you can do this. Absolutely know that you can do this. So really, really focus on having a growth mindset. All right, you guys, have a fabulous day. Thanks for calling in, and I look forward to seeing your success. Bye-bye.